What is up, everyone? It is me, White the Scarecrow here, and today I'm going to be unboxing and setting up Spirit Halloween's 2024 Cerberus animatronic remake. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually really happy that Spirit Halloween decided to bring back Cerberus, and I'll tell you why. So if you guys have been watching me for a while now, you would know that in some of my videos I have mentioned that I've been a Spirit Halloween lover or a Spirit Halloween fan in general since 2012. Well, I'd never really been inside of a Spirit Halloween since 2015, and I remember back in 2015, I walked into a Spirit Halloween for the first time ever. It was the Solon, Ohio location, but I walked into the Spirit Halloween for the first time, and the first animatronic I saw as soon as I walked in was none other than Cerberus. And ever since then, I have loved this guy, and he has been my absolute all-time favorite from the 2015-2016 era, and I don't think I've ever mentioned that on the channel before until now. But yeah, Cerberus has been one of my all-time favorites, but I never said anything on the channel about it. So I'm actually really happy that Spirit Halloween decided to bring this guy back. So like I already said, Cerberus was released back in 2015, but he returned in 2016. Then he made a comeback in 2019, and now he is back for 2024, and he's going to be staying at Spirit Halloween from now on. And what I mean by that is that this guy is going to be returning every single year from Spirit from now on, and that is just absolutely amazing. So that's like, for example, Man's Possessed Friend, he's been released since 2018, and he's been returning every single year now, like Sitting Scarecrow, the Jumping Spiders, and I think Sitting Scarecrow as well. But this guy is going to be returning every single year now, which is awesome. And I'm a pretty big fan of this animatronic. Some people were not really excited when Spirit announced that they were bringing this guy back, but I was really, really excited because, again, this guy has been an all-time favorite of mine, and he was the first ever animatronic I saw in person. So I knew once I heard Spirit said that they were returning this guy, I knew I had to get this guy, and I am just super, super happy that I now have him right here. So this animatronic actually arrived yesterday, but I had no time to do a video on him yesterday as I was actually redoing my whole entire room. So that took like, I don't know, it took like 5 hours, and later on, before I knew it, it was turning into night. So I didn't have any time to do a video on him yesterday because it was like, took me 5 hours, like I already said, and it was slowly getting dark out, so I had no time to do him. But now I'm doing him, and I'm just really, really excited. So before we open this guy up, let's take a look at his box. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and get on the ground because, man, my knees hurt. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and look at his box. It says Spirit. It has a picture of him, and by the way, he actually has an updated stock photo. I'm actually really surprised because when Spirit brought him back in 2019, they reused his stock photo, but they just put it on the new box. So I'm actually really happy that they gave him a new stock photo. That means that he is completely updated. He has a whole new look and everything, but he's exactly the same, but some things are going to be different. But right here it says Spirit, it says Cerberus, it says eyes and mouth light up while all three heads move side to side, hook up to 400-watt fog machine to create ultimate fire breathing effect, makes growling noises, and stands 30 inches tall, which is basically 2'5" because that's what it said on the website. Now, speaking of the fog machine, I do have a fog machine, but it's not a Spirit Halloween fog machine. It's a 2017 Haunted Living fog machine from Lowe's, and it's obviously not going to work with this one. But I'm starting to think I should get a Spirit Halloween fog machine because I think I should just get it for this guy. But yeah, so nothing really crazy on the box. It is just the 2024 updated box, and I'll actually show you it up close. So there it is. And right here on the corner, it actually says special offer $129.99. And it does say he was $199.99, which was $200. So this guy is now $130, which he's probably going to stay like that because Man's Possessed Friend has been on sale ever since. And I think he's the same price as Cerberus right here. And they've been having him at that price for a while, so it's just safe to say that he's just $130, which is awesome. I'm really happy I didn't pay $200 for this. But plus tax and oversized shipping, he was $155, which is still a awesome steal for this animatronic. I love this guy so much, and I am just, again, super happy I have him. Real quick, here is the other side of his box. Just says the same thing. And then right here, it says same thing as well. And here's the top of his box. And if I can flip it around, it has his story. So yeah, let's go ahead and start opening this guy up. So I'm gonna be sitting down for the rest of this video because the concrete is hurting my knees pretty bad. Before I open him up, he actually has something unique about his box. So, and this goes for every single animatronic for 2024. On his box, I'll put up close-ups, but the tabs on his box actually have these little flaps which you can pull, and it actually makes it a lot easier to take or like pull them out, which is super nice. So I'm actually really happy that Spirit added that. I mean, I never had an issue with it, but it's really nice that they actually added it. So let's go ahead and now open up his box. So I did look inside of it when he first arrived, but this is all I saw was just the cardboard flap. And by the way, that's like the first thing you see when you open up his box. It's just a cardboard flap, and that's literally all I saw. So I didn't see anything else, but now I'm going to be taking it off. And okay, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and flip his box. So there it is, everything is all in there. And I'm just gonna start pulling everything out. So right here is his, actually gonna get up. Here is his fog tube, which actually has 3 connections, obviously. But yeah, here it is. So I'm probably not gonna be using that, but there that is. Next we have the fur, or just like his clothes or whatever, but this is just his fur. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this out. Ooh, holy crap. And there is a sensor, which is actually separate, but there's a Velcro strip on it, and there's wire connection, so you don't wanna lose that. But here is his fur, which is really freaking soft, just like how I saw it back in 2015. So there that is. Let me get the sensor so I don't lose it. Now we have his back piece, which is just the piece to give him form. He doesn't have a full body, he's just a half body prop, but you're not going to notice it because you're not going to see the back of him. But here it is, it's just a plastic form. Next we have his instructions, which I'm probably not going to be using because I've already seen some videos on him and he is a pretty simple setup. Next we have the fog machine connector, which you would use this to attach them to the fog machine, but like I already said, I'm not going to be using that. I don't know what to pull out next. Okay, holy crap. All right, I have one of the dog's heads. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm going to get a close-up of it. So here we go. This is one of the heads. Holy crap. Whoops. Oh no, it's blown away. Hold up. Sorry, I had to go chase the bag, but here is one of the dog's heads, and holy crap. That is amazing. It literally looks just like how I saw it back in 2015. Holy crap, that was amazing. Holy. But yeah, there's one of the heads. Now, I'm going to pull out the other head. So here's the other head. Now we got the other one. And they are basically all the same mold. But yeah, there's the other head. Holy crap, this guy's insane. So I actually thought this guy was made by Crazy Create, but he's actually made by YJ. The old version of him looked like it was made by Crazy Create because his thing was, like his frame was like a wooden structure, which I'll show you next. So this is basically his whole frame, and there is something zip tied to it, and that is his pole, but this is the whole like top frame of him. This used to be made out of wood, but now it is just a metal frame, which is really nice. I mean, it was sturdy with the wood already, but it is really nice. They actually went ahead and made it a metal frame, so that's really nice. There right here, there are the notches for the dog's heads, and I'm gonna have to get scissors, which I actually have right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut off these zip ties. But anyway, there was the frame. And now we have his pole to hold him up. So this basically just goes in the back of him. But yeah, that's the only pole that he has. We have one of his legs, which are super, super nice. And they are a thick plastic. But yeah, so there's one of the legs. Here is the other leg. His fog adapter, which I won't be using. And finally, his adapter, which I can hear has some screws in it, but there is his adapter. And that is basically it. So, without further ado, let's get to the setup. Here are all of Cerberus's parts laid out. So once you take him out of the box, you should have his body form, his metal frame, a pole, a little bag full of screws and nuts, his adapter, the 3 heads, the 2 legs, his fur, the fog hose, the sensor, the fog machine connector, and the fog machine adapter. So yeah, this guy does not have a lot of parts, surprisingly, so this is going to be pretty simple. But anyways, let's set up Cerberus. First thing you want to do is you want to take his frame, and in the back where the control box is, there is going to be a slot for the pole, and you're going to take your one and only pole and take the part where the snap lock is and put it in there and just snap lock it into the frame it wants to go through. There you go. But yeah, it should be just like this. And now you want to go ahead and take the legs and find the holes at the bottom and go ahead and put your legs in. I don't really think it matters which side they go on, but you're gonna go ahead and just, you might have to be a little rough with it, but you have to go ahead and push in the legs. If I can do so, it's a little bit tricky, but you just gotta push them in really hard. All right, so we got one in. Now you're gonna do the same with the other. And it just goes right in. Okay, so I got them in fully almost, but okay, now they're all in. So yeah, you just want to make sure you just push in really hard because it is a little bit tricky. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and start putting on the heads. So doesn't really matter which one goes on which, they're all the same head. So now you're going to go ahead and start by finding the notches at the end of the head and connecting them just like that. And you're going to do the same with the others. Put them in just like that. Oh, there's a beetle. Alrighty, now they're all in. Now you want to go ahead and take your bag, which is full of the screws, and you want to screw them in so they're tight and they don't fall out when they are activated. So just go ahead and just find the holes and just push in the screws, and then take the nut and just tighten them just like that. Okay, sorry if there is any wind blowing into the camera. It is pretty windy out. Go ahead and get the last one in. There you go. Let's get the final one in. got the last one in. There is a lot of wind. So they're now in and they're all secure, and now you're going to go ahead and connect the wires. So what you want to do now is find the wires that are coming from the control box and take the wires coming from the dog's heads that are all black and white, same with the one coming from the control box, and just connect them all just like that. There's the other. The wire that is blue, white, and black, you want to take your sensor and go ahead and just plug it in. We're not going to place it on there just yet, but there it is. Now this is a perfect time to go ahead and plug in your adapter and just set it aside.
Real quick, you guys, I have just realized that one of the dog's heads actually has a piece of Velcro on the top. That is because this is supposed to be the head that goes in the middle, because the sensor, if I can grab it, the sensor has a Velcro strip and it is supposed to go on there just like that, but this head has to be in the middle. All right, so I have to go ahead and switch out the heads, and I will be right back to continue the setup. Okay, so now I fixed it. So the head with the Velcro strip on the top is the one supposed to be in the middle. So like I already said, you can take the IR sensor and put it on top of there, just like that. But we're not gonna do it just yet because we have to continue everything else. And another thing to note is that when you're plugging in the wires, it does not matter which one goes to which. They are all the same, so it doesn't matter which wire goes to where. This is probably for the fog adapter. I'm not really sure. I am not really sure what this wire goes to, but we'll get to that in a second. But again, it does not matter which wire goes on which, but just make sure the head with the Velcro strip on the top is the one that goes in the middle. Now let's continue the setup.
So now I actually have the camera right here so you guys can get a close-up look. But next you want to take his body form and go ahead and just basically just Velcro it to the frame. There is 2 Velcro strips on each side, and you just put the body frame just right there. It just sits there. And now you want to go ahead and put on his fur. Now there are 3 holes in this for the heads, and there is Velcro going down the back and Velcro, actually no, there's not, but okay, so there are Velcro strips at the bottom of the hole, so it's easy to attach them to the dog's heads. Kind of took me a minute, but now I don't know which side this go on. All right, so just like around like that maybe. I think it's looking good like that. Deconnect the Velcro. No, actually no, I don't think that goes on like that. There we go. Now I got it to work. All right, everyone. So that was the whole unboxing and setup of Cerberus. He looks absolutely phenomenal. He looks just like how I remember seeing him back in 2015. Holy crap. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. This looks amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy in so we can get straight to the demo. So let's get to his demo. Alrighty, so I have Cerberus all set up. I have an extension cord out here because there is no other outlet. So I am now going to plug him in. All right, I got him plugged in. Oh my God, I forgot to add the sensor. Okay, so he works. I went to go grab the sensor and he activated it and it scared the crap out of me. But here he is, and holy crap, is he loud. Okay, so let me go hit his sensor. I need to fully attach it. right, everyone. So that was Spirit Halloween's 2024 Cerberus animatronic remake. What are my overall thoughts on him? All I have to say is I am so happy to finally own a Cerberus. I've loved this guy ever since he released, and I am just so happy that Spirit brought him back this year. I can't stop saying it enough. It is just awesome that I now have this guy, his whole updated frame, his whole updated just mechanisms. It is just awesome. I love every single thing about this animatronic. He is just super cool. It's kind of unfortunate that I do not have a fog machine, so I can't use this guy with the fog. But I do have a fog machine from like Lowe's. It was a Haunted Living 2017 fog machine. So maybe I could just hook him up and just like have it just resting by the fog machine nozzle. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but it's worth a shot. But I unfortunately will not be using this guy with the fog in this video. I'm probably gonna try to figure something out, and a beetle just landed on my head and now is in Cerberus's clothes. Get out of here, bro. And it is sinking into his shirt. There was a beetle that just landed in him, but I am just so happy to now have this guy. The heads are amazing. I love the lighting effect, even though I haven't seen this guy at night. He is just super cool. It is kind of unfortunate that he is a half body prop, but he's been like that for like 9 years now. So I'm not even worried about it, but I don't even care because you're not going to see the back of him anyway. It is just super cool. I love this guy in every way, shape, or form. He is super amazing, and I am so excited to have this guy in my haunt this year because he is going to fit perfectly in it, and I have an amazing spot for this guy, and I'm just super excited. So there is, I believe, one difference on this guy. Obviously his whole frame went to being made out of wood, and now it is just a metal frame. And the pole in the back you actually had to screw in. Same with the legs, but now you just push them in, and with the pole you just snap lock it in. And the sensor, I believe it's always been like this, where they had it on the top of the head, but the sensor is on the top of the head and you have to like Velcro it on the top. But I think the IR sensor used to be like right here, like at the bottom of his like fur, but I don't know if it's always been like that, but I think his sensor was always down by the fur, but I could be wrong. But nonetheless, it's still the sensor. It's still like pretty sensitive. It's a really sensitive sensor, and it can literally pick up anything. As soon as I dropped my camera to pick up the sensor, he activated, and like I already said, it scared the absolute crap out of me. And his speaker too, speaking of like how loud he is super freaking loud. Like his speaker, I believe back then was just a classic like little white speaker that YJ used, and now he has a modern day speaker that like every animatronic has now, and he is super loud. He is just so freaking loud. Then I think just back then he is just, I don't know, I am just so happy with the way this guy was updated. He is amazing. I can't stop saying it enough. He is super cool, and it's just, I'm just so thrilled to finally have this guy. His box is pretty cool too, and forgot to mention it actually has handles on the side, which is nice. And I am so glad that this guy returned this year. And 130 bucks is not a terrible price for this. I highly recommend this animatronic if you guys are able to snag him this year. He is worth it. He is absolutely amazing. You're not going to regret it. I just love this prop, and I cannot wait to use him in my haunt this year. And I am just so happy I now have Cerberus in my collection because I've loved them ever since, and I am just so happy that I now have them. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until then, this has been me, Wyatt the Scarecrow. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.